This is the best-selling floor plan. Yeah, it's a vastly different van. This is nice. It's lined. That's kind of cool. Actually, with that open, you have a little bit of privacy from the bedroom. So my question for you is, what kind of van would really enable your travel dreams? This is the best-selling floor plan in the B van space. This is the Winnebago Travado K59K floor plan. That's copied by everybody. This is the van we are not going to tour today, but I want to show you this as a reference point. Galley behind the driver's seat, twin bed, rear bath. Because today I'm going to show you an adventure van and how different that is compared to this. Let's go. It's a vastly different van. A couple reasons. This is an adventure van 4x4. It's on the smaller Sprinter chassis. It's 2 feet shorter in length overall, and is a different way to travel. And that's what I want to do today, is just give you a quick tour of this Terrain built by Jayco. It is very similar to the Rebel, which is made by Winnebago and probably one of the best-selling adventure vans. This one's got a few little differences. Let me just show you around, and at the very end we're going to put manufacturer website pictures and all the specs there for you, so you don't want to miss that. And a big shout out to Camping World in Draper, Utah, which is a little south of Salt Lake City, for giving me access to this vehicle so I can show you around the Jayco Terrain. Looking at the cab, this is pretty typical stuff. These seats do spin around. Zoom out for you. There is some storage up here, which is quite nice. Metal, I might add. Above the great room eating area are some of the systems, storage, DVD player, positive locking, great. 2 seats with 3-point seat belts. So you can travel for 1, 2, 3, 4. The Lagoon table mount is right here. So this comes up on a pole. You're probably familiar with that. The table sits right here, and it kind of moves this way and up and down. So you have a lot of functionality that way. There's a little bit of hidden storage there. There's a power outlet, heat vent that looks like. Window, screen, shade I should say. Screen is built in, this pulls across. A couple more systems. Not currently active, and this is on a dealer lot, so I don't want to fuss with it too much, but you get the idea. This is a multi-touch or multiplex control, so all your RV systems go here. The heat, the air conditioning. Does have a lithium system, Renogy. On the Galley, looking at the Galley, quite large. It does have a raised lip here, which I actually kind of like, so if you put stuff here and you're kind of in motion, it won't slide off onto the floor. And it does have the fridge here, which is quite large, and a little baby freezer. Up above the Galley is more storage. This is nice. It's lined on the side, top, side here, and the bottom. Why that's important is it keeps things from sliding around. It keeps things rattles to a minimum. So I actually like that a lot. Very nice color scheme. And this little bit of a treatment here just gives a little bit of flair. Nice vinyl here. This is the wood residential sink. There's a little bit of storage here for your pantry. That's not where you'd want to store your power cord, but a lot of storage. Let's see what's in this. A little slide out drawer, great for maybe silverware. This is another storage cupboard. Nice hinges. Let's look over here. Drawer. Big drawer. Big drawer. Want to guess what this is? A bigger drawer. Awesome. There is some light switches here, and there's a little bit of, I'll call it track lighting, LED lighting here, and then here is outlet. So that's how this rolls. We're unfortunately next to the freeway, so it's super noisy outside, so I'm going to minimize that noise by keeping this door closed. But if this was open, you'd have a nice view of the Grand Canyon, the Badlands. Here is a bug screen, and this is your window cover, so you can see out there. Up above, kind of standard stuff. We have a speaker here. We have a max air fan, great. And this is kind of the big thing here. And that is, that's kind of cool. Actually, with that open, you have a little bit of privacy from the bedroom. This has a second door. You unlock it right here, and this opens up. So you'd have a fair amount of room with your shower curtain, and the door is totally open, assuming you keep all the water inside. And similar to the Rebel, this has a cassette toilet. You access the waste tank from the outside. These are panels that would slide onto these rails. So if you're not using the toilet and you want the storage, this is how this rolls. Fan, light, shower, clothesline goes across, hang your clothes to dry. This has a water miser. I think that's what this is called. The idea here is you're recirculating the water from the fresh tank back into the fresh tank until the water gets hot. This changes color, indicating the water is hot for a shower without wasting water. Pretty cool. So the door comes closed like this, and that's the deal there. The bed is a power bed, so this goes up and down in this garage space. So this is the up mode, clearly. You can still use the air conditioning, but when it's time for bed, you push the magic buttons and it rides down on the rail and comes flush with this. So your bedroom view would be window here, out the windows here, and no window there. So maybe this is where your head goes and your feet go down there. That kind of makes sense, right? Because here's your reading lights. Here's an outlet for your gadgets at night. They do have a little bit of storage here. Nice touch, another outlet. Looking on this side, this is where the water system is. Inside the rig, we'll see what's on the outside. You move these levers around to manage the water. We do have the springy net things. I do like these. Oops, pardon me. And it's got a bug screen here that's, you roll down and zip it. So there's a control panel for the lights. Overall, a pretty nice little rig. This is L-Trax, where you can secure your gear in the garage storage. So imagine bicycles, I don't know, water gear, stuff like that. Travel, get to camp, open up the doors, empty this out. Bedtime, this comes down, and you're ready to go. So again, why do you want to travel in a van? How do you want to travel in a van? It's a super important question to ask, because the adventure vans are a very different rig than the touring coaches like the Winnebago. And you can see from the floor plan, this is, it's not open is what the word I will use. It's very similar to the Rebel. I think the Rebel build quality is a bit better, but this price point's pretty attractive. And you're getting a 4x4 Sprinter, which is what a lot of the adventure vans are built upon, so that you can go out into the woods. Let's go jump around outside quick. It's just gonna be a short video. I just wanted to kind of juxtapose, working on my vocabulary, of the touring coach versus the adventure van. We've done a lot of content around adventure vans. I spent some time in them, including the Storyteller Overland, which is a beautiful rig. And I think you just really need to think through why travel in a van and how a floor plan enables your why. Super, super important. So this is giving you a good example of that. I think two people can be pretty comfy in here with a dog and your gear, but again, it's a very different way to roll. Let's look outside quick and then we'll call it a wrap, putting the manufacturer specs and photographs at the end. All right, so I'm gonna try and talk loud. This is a table, it folds down like this. So with your camp chairs, you can sit around out here and enjoy a meal, access the fridge from outside, which is real nice. And here's an L track, so you can mount some gear here if you want. And this is gonna give you a sense of the view. This would be your view. Really nice running board right here, appropriately placed and sized. Really like that. Again, a window that opens. This has got the all-terrain K02 tires that a lot of folks use. Upgraded wheel. Terrain, 4x4 by Jayco. This is power. Comes with a ladder. A lot of adventure van people trick these things out. This is a side flare with the window. Extra solar goes here. This is a 30 amp in. This is for city water. To have pressurized city water connect here. If you're filling your tank, you do that inside. We showed you that. This is the Cassette Toilet access panel. This opens up and you pull that cassette out. This is for the, it says black holding tank. That's interesting. This is the gray because that's the black holding tank. And that's a release valve. This is the hydronic S-bar. I'm not sure exactly what brand will put that in with the specs. This is the exhaust is the point. This is to heat hot water and furnace. Running board. It does have a bit of a rack on top and a little bit of solar and an air conditioner. We saw that inside. This is by Jayco. A familiar silhouette, right? Mercedes Sprinter. It does have outdoor speakers, which is cool, and it has an awning that illuminates, so that's pretty awesome. Let's jump back in one more time. I will call it a wrap. Because that freeway is noisy. My question for you is, what kind of van would really enable your travel dreams? Again, adventure vans are very different than the touring coaches. If you're looking at adventure vans, what is your top brand you are considering or currently own? If you have a touring coach, like the Winnebago Travado, anything in that line of types of coaches, let me know which one you desire or which one you currently have. And if you could type in the comment, why do you want to travel in a van? My why is unbridled freedom to discover places, people, food, culture, bourbon, anywhere that I simply put my coach in park. And I have my toilet with me always. That's why I run around in a Winnebago Travado. But they built a lithium system because it powers my why. Freedom, full of discovery. Hope you enjoyed that video to help you kind of think through the floor plan, think through your why. And as always, I just really appreciate you watching. You are very important to the success of my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large, now in my 5th year of full-time travel. Until we see you soon, we like to say journey on. And for some of you, it means you might need to get your journey on. Peace be with you. We'll see you soon. And well, we're out here. This is just a great comparison. Van versus the big Class C rigs. They come in varying length, but you can see the difference of why traveling in a van is so vastly different than in a bigger Class C with slide outs. These you set up when you get to camp. In a van, oftentimes you can simply put it in park and you're at camp. Got to think through your why.